Almost 5,000 years ago, on this very earth, there existed a civilization so advanced that it could rival even today's modern cities. A civilization that was far ahead of its time, building cities with such incredible planning and engineering that even today's greatest architects are left amazed. Along the banks of the Indus and Saraswati rivers stood magnificent cities with straight roads, multi-story houses, and a drainage system so advanced that many modern cities still struggle to match it. Covered drains carried wastewater through a carefully designed network that remains an engineering marvel even today. Who were these people? How did they live? How did they achieve all this? Their cities looked like modern metropolitan centers. Their trade extended as far as Mesopotamia, and their society appeared highly organized and peaceful. But then, suddenly, everything went silent. A massive civilization, spread over an area even larger than Egypt and Mesopotamia combined, disappeared after reaching its peak. There were no signs of great wars, no luxurious palaces or grand tombs of kings, and no books telling their story. Only a mysterious silence that has puzzled historians and archaeologists for thousands of years. What happened to those millions of people? Where did they go? Was it the result of devastating floods or droughts? A deadly epidemic? Or is there a deeper secret still hidden from the world? Today, we will turn the dusty pages of history and take you on a journey back in time to uncover the complete story of the Harappan civilization, from its glorious rise to its mysterious and sudden decline. If you love mysteries and want to solve one of the greatest puzzles of India's glorious past, stay with us till the end, because the truth may leave you shocked. Before we move forward, here's a small request. Watch the video till the end. Videos like these require hours of research. If you enjoy it, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. This story begins around 200 years ago in 19th century British India. At that time, British officers and explorers were surveying different parts of India. Around 1826, a British explorer named Charles Masson was passing near the Sahiwal district of Punjab when he noticed a strange mound covered with baked bricks scattered all around. The villagers considered these bricks a gift from God and used them to build their homes. Masson mentioned the site in his book, but nobody paid much attention to it. Decades later, in 1856, British engineers John and William Brunton were building a railway line from Karachi to Lahore. They needed stones and construction material for the tracks, and someone told them about the ruins near the village of Harappa, where thousands of high-quality baked bricks were lying abandoned. To the Brunton brothers, it seemed like treasure. Without realizing their importance, they removed the ancient bricks and used them beneath the railway tracks. They had no idea they were destroying evidence of one of the oldest and most advanced civilizations in human history. Later, Alexander Cunningham, the first Director General of the Archaeological Survey of India, visited the site several times during the 1850s and 1870s. He discovered unusual seals with an unknown script and the image of a bull. Cunningham understood these artifacts were important, but even he could not imagine their true age and scale. The real breakthrough came in the 20th century. In 1921, Indian archaeologist Daya Ram Sani, under the leadership of Sir John Marshall, began systematic excavations at Harappa. As layers of soil were removed, the outline of an entire city emerged. Planned streets, rows of houses, and drainage systems. This was no ordinary village. But the story did not end there. The following year, in 1922, another archaeologist, Rakaldus Banerjee, was excavating a Buddhist stupa in the Larkana district of Sindh when he discovered similar seals and bricks beneath it. He immediately informed John Marshall. When Marshall compared the findings from both sites, he was stunned. He announced that these were not isolated cities, but parts of one great and ancient civilization. That second city was called Mohenjo Daro, which in the Sindhi language means Mound of the Dead. The name came from the large number of human skeletons found there. This discovery pushed Indian history back by thousands of years. The world realized that while the great civilizations of Egypt and Mesopotamia were flourishing, India too had a Bronze Age urban civilization at its peak. After that, discoveries continued rapidly. Cities such as Lothal and Dholavira in Gujarat, Kalibangan in Rajasthan, Rakhigarhi in Haryana, and Mohenjo Daro in present-day Pakistan were uncovered. Today, more than 1,500 Harappan sites have been discovered, over 900 of them in India. But the question remained, who were these people? Where did this civilization come from? Did it suddenly appear out of nowhere? The answer takes us even further back in time, to a place called Mehrgarh in present-day Balochistan, Pakistan. Located near the Bolan River, Mehrgarh is considered the precursor or seed of the Harappan civilization. Around 7000 BCE, nearly 9,000 years ago, some of South Asia's earliest farmers and herders settled there. These people were moving away from a hunter-gatherer lifestyle toward permanent settlements. They cultivated wheat and barley and domesticated sheep, goats, and cattle. At first, they lived in simple mud brick houses. Over thousands of years, Mehrgarh slowly evolved. The people learned pottery making, tool making, and even buried their dead with tools, jewelry, and sacrificed animals, suggesting they may have believed in life after death. Mehrgarh was not alone. Gradually, its knowledge and technology spread across the fertile plains of the Indus River and its tributaries. By around 3300 BCE, we enter what is known as the early Harappan phase. Small villages began turning into large towns. People started using baked bricks, which were stronger against floods and harsh weather. Pottery became more decorative, and metals like copper and bronze came into use. Trade networks also began developing. Precious stones like lapis lazuli were imported from Afghanistan, while other raw materials arrived from distant regions. Another important feature of this period was increasing concern for security. Many settlements were surrounded by walls, likely for protection from attacks or wild animals. This phase lasted nearly 700 years. It was a time of preparation. People developed new technologies, organized society, and expanded trade. They laid the foundation for one of the greatest urban civilizations in history. Then something extraordinary happened. Around 2600 BCE, the Indus Valley witnessed an explosion of urbanization. This was the mature Harappan phase, the golden age of the civilization. The civilization spread across nearly 1.3 million square kilometers, from Jammu and Kashmir in the north to Maharashtra in the south, and from Uttar Pradesh in the east to the Iranian border in the west. It covered a larger area than both Egypt and Mesopotamia combined. Thousands of settlements existed within this vast region, including villages, towns, and massive cities. Imagine standing on a straight road in Mohenjo Daro's lower town. On both sides are multi-story houses built with perfectly standardized baked bricks. Every brick follows the same ratio, whether found here or in another city hundreds of miles away. Inside the houses, rooms are arranged around a central courtyard. Almost every home has its own kitchen, bathroom, private well, and advanced toilet system. 4,500 years ago, when much of the world had little understanding of sanitation, the drains were covered and manholes were built at intervals for cleaning. It was an engineering achievement that many modern cities still admire. The wealth of the Harappans came from trade and craftsmanship. They were among the first people in the world to cultivate cotton and weave cloth. They were not just farmers, but also brilliant jewelers and engineers. At Lothal in Gujarat, archaeologists discovered what is believed to be the world's oldest dockyard. From there, ships traveled through the Sabarmati River into the Arabian Sea and all the way to Mesopotamia. Ancient Mesopotamian texts mention a place called Meluha, which historians believe referred to the Indus civilization. Mesopotamian rulers imported ivory, gold, copper, and precious stones from this land. To maintain fairness in trade, Harappans developed standardized stone weights based on multiples of 16. Their measurement system was so precise that it remained consistent across thousands of kilometers. Their craftsmanship was equally astonishing. Cities like Mohenjo Daro and Lothal had large bead-making factories producing exquisite jewelry from precious stones. The famous bronze statue known as the Dancing Girl from Mohenjo Daro shows their mastery of metal casting. Yet their greatest mystery remains their script. Thousands of seals made from stone and clay depict animals like unicorns, elephants, and tigers, along with inscriptions in a script that no scholar has successfully deciphered to this day. If this script is ever understood, we may finally learn how these people lived, ruled, and thought. Religiously, they also appeared advanced. Although no large temples have been found, seals resembling a proto-Shiva figure and mother goddess figurines suggest beliefs connected to nature and fertility. Symbols like the peepal tree and the swastika also trace their origins back to this civilization. Interestingly, they seem to be peaceful people since very few weapons have been found in excavations. But then came the decline. Around 1900 BCE, signs of collapse began appearing. Roads fell apart, drainage systems stopped functioning, and people started abandoning the cities. For many years, historians believed invading Aryans destroyed the civilization, but modern science has largely rejected this theory. The real culprit appears to have been climate change. The rivers that sustained the civilization changed their courses. The mighty Saraswati River began drying up, while the Indus River caused devastating floods. Reduced rainfall turned fertile land barren, and trade networks collapsed. It was not a sudden destruction, but a slow and painful decline. People migrated eastward and southward in search of survival. They did not vanish completely. Instead, they lost their urban identity and settled into smaller rural communities. The story of Harappa is not just about the fall of a civilization, it is a warning. It reminds us that no matter how advanced humanity becomes, we remain vulnerable before nature. The Harappans faced climate change and lost. Today, as we struggle with global warming and drying rivers once again, the silent ruins of Harappa seem to warn us from across history. Will we listen to that warning? Friends, if you enjoyed this journey into the glorious and mysterious past of India, don't forget to like and share the video. Your history is your true identity.